So today we are going to extend our lesson on what we did last week. Unfortunately, you guys aren't the same people, but we're going to pretend that you are. So we are going to be listening to a song. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I just want you guys to really listen closely to all the aspects of the song, even like the instruments, everything that's involved, and then we'll talk about it later. So here we go. Okay. Can any of you guess what song that was? Yes, Kale.
American the Beautiful.
Okay. And how did you know that was a song?
Just heard it.
Just familiar tune? Didn't see the TV screen at all. Tyler, is there any way that you knew it? How did you know it was?
I grew up in school listening to that song. Every August, we would listen to that song, reflecting over the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact.
Yep.
Okay. Was there anything new that popped out at you since you listened to it quite a few times?
The
Just-
trumpet I thought I heard.
Trumpet. There was a trumpet in there.
Yeah,
Any
you can
other
hear the trumpet a lot more in this one. Also, this one seems slower.
slower?
Much more slower. It was like listening to very slow music.
Okay.
It was very quiet.
Okay. Was there any other instruments that you heard besides the trumpet? I may not be correct, but I believe there's a French horn in there.
Probably. There's some brass instruments thrown around, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that I've heard before I haven't really realized. I thought it was more wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to hear it in this one.
It's a high brass.
Okay, so I'm going to play the verse one more time. Since you guys know the song now, you guys kind of did already the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have you picture kind of like a background scene, and think about what could possibly be going on. So just kind of think of scenery in the background, what you see, what comes to mind, and then think about what kind of mood it's portraying. So here we go, one more time. Okay, so after hearing that a second time, will any of you, either of you, tell me what background you pictured?
I pictured the families of people who died in war going to see the graves.
Okay, so more of a sad mood. Okay, yes, Tyler.
I pictured like the sea and like just an overarching view of the United States. And
Okay.
then like yes, there's some somber things there. Just of what our country has been through and stuff, I guess.
Okay,
And
so
the people who have died.
you both heard more on the sad side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, so you guys explained that. So I'm going to read some facts that I found on this song and how it came to be. And you can follow along up here if you want. So, America the Beautiful was based on a poem written by the professor, poet, and writer Catherine Lee Bates during an 1893 trip to Colorado Springs, Colorado. When she got to the top of Pikes Peak, the view was so beautiful that it inspired her to write, "All the wonder of America seemed displayed there, with the sea-like expanse." The poem that Bates wrote first appeared in print in the Congregationalist, a weekly journal. On July 4th, 1895, within a few months, it was set to music by Silas G. Pratt. Bates revised the song in 1904 after receiving many requests to use the song in publications and special services. An additional change was made to the wording of the third verse in 1913 to give the version we know today. The song is considered by some to be the country's unofficial national anthem. And then it just goes on to share the first verse of the poem and then just a little bit more. So after me reading those, does that change anything that you first thought?
Still kind of about our country,
Yeah, definitely.
what happened.
Yeah, it changes my view a little bit. I think Catherine Lee Bates, she seems like she was talking more about the country as a whole and what it represents in the parts of the country, but not as much. The song, the melody, and the music seem to be sad, though, without the words.
Well, in the part where it discussed the fact sheet, it said that she changed it, she revised it to be for special events. So I think by that she meant like they changed it to like fit more into the somber category like you guys were both feeling. But at the original, I think the words behind it were just supposed to be like how beautiful our country is. But I think that you're right about that it changed it. Yes, Tyler.
Mrs. Anderson, do you think that there's an organ involved in the music, or is it just brass?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's listen to just a tidbit and see if we can figure that out. Did you hear any organ? The main thing that I'm hearing in that is brass.
Trumpet.
Like trumpet and French horn.
Yeah, that's really
But
fun.
I may be wrong. Did you hear organ or
I heard organ
at first? Or you heard it the third time too?
earlier, and it was the second time you played it.
Okay, maybe it's just in the second verse. That's a good question though. Anyhow, so going back to that other question, we talked about how it kind of changed your view a little bit, but not really. But do you think this song correctly portrays how you picture or see our country?
Yeah.
Yes. If so, how? If not, what would you change?
It definitely pictures our country as a whole and not just certain parts of it.
I think it pictures what God created our country for in the first place. As he says, amber waves of grain and purple majesties. Something, I don't know.
In this song?
Yeah. I guess we haven't looked at the lyrics though. But,
Right.
yeah, I think it represents what our country stood for in the first place. But today, it seems like we've gotten away from that.
Wow. Way to go deep dive. Okay.